My project is on suicide, and the three countries that I have chosen are the United States, Italy, and Guinea. So obviously, the United States and Italy are the developed countries, and Guinea is the developing country. Italy is in Europe, and Guinea is in Africa. So a little overview of the country. I have countries. I have three photos here of the three countries. So the United States is obviously a first world country. Italy is a first world country. Guinea is a third world. So let's get into the presentation and the suicide rates in each country, right? So the United States has 14.5 deaths per 100,000 residents. Italy has 4.3 and Guinea has 12.3. So Italy has a lot less rates than the other two countries. So each country is very different in, the info on suicide and medical field and everything. We'll get into that, but so the life expectancy is something that's very interesting. Guinea has a 59-year-old life expectancy. The United States has a 77-year-old, and Italy is 82 years old. So some of the strengths of the healthcare system is the U.S. is great medical staff, great doctors, some of the best in the world. Italy has, every citizen has a healthcare plan. And then Guinea is battling some serious issues, and they're doing their best to fight those types of problems. So weaknesses, let me move myself over here. Not all citizens have healthcare. In the United States, it's public and private. Italy needs a lot more doctors. An example is the COVID-19 pandemic. And then Guinea is really struggling with illnesses like AIDS and malaria. Some cultural and societal factors. So the media has a huge role on this, on mental health, with teenagers, young adults. So show like 13 Reasons Why, which showed an actual suicide. Degrassi has had some suicide scenes in the past. Really leave an impact on youth. So suicide rates have been increasing for years and years and years. You see there's a little bit of a decline there, but for the most part, they're on the rise. Just due to the rise of social media and media in general. Successes of fighting the problem. There are some helplines out there. A rapper named Logic made a song 1-800-273-8255, which is a suicide prevention hotline. There are different platforms doing their best, but there's still more work to be done. The problems and the challenges of dealing with the suicide problem are bullying at an all-time high, um, harassment. There's a lot of spike in mental health issues, and there's bullying online, and it's not getting any better, and there needs to be a lot to address these issues. The government helping. So there's some movements being pushed. There's some hotlines, but for the most part, the government is could be doing a lot more, and I know they are dealing with a lot. Um, Obviously, it's the government, but there could be a lot more to be done. Um, so this is just a very quick note. They need to be more plans than a psychiatric holds. Psychiatric holds are kind of a last ditch resort, and they are scarring and can lead to emotional damage in the future. So there needs to be changes across the whole board, similarities across the whole countries. There's different medical issues. The United States is having a huge suicide issue, an epidemic with drugs. Italy had a huge COVID issue, while as Guinea is dealing with a lot of malaria and HIV and AIDS issues. Differences, they're very different size countries, the financial structure, the medical field, the media. It's very hard to compare each country because of how different they are structurally. Healthcare impact. So not all Americans have healthcare, and then different healthcare coverages are also in effect. What covers? I know a running joke in TV is dental insurance or dental coverage. Italy has every citizen with healthcare, but it's different, and Guinea's a different situation. Societal issues is the upper class, middle class, lower class, right? So obviously, the United States is very known for having a high upper class, a lot of the middle class, and a low lower class. But Italy has something along these structures too, and then Guinea is a lot of the lower class. So, so individual country factors, the populations are different, like I already said. The United States has a population of 331.9 million. Italy has 59.11 million, and then Guinea has 13.53 million. So it's so different with how many people are in each country and how each country is structured. The United States is really struggling with mental health, like I said, and an epidemic with opioids and stuff like that. So here's a little table about that type of situation that they are dealing with, and how that can correlate with suicide and suicide rates. Italy is also having a lot less suicide rates, but it's varying in different regions of Italy, which is I found interesting. So I put up this table to show, somehow Guinea is dealing with other issues. Like I said, the HIV and AIDS and malaria, the Guinea worm disease, excuse me. So they are dealing with a lot. I mean, their suicide rate is pretty high for a country with their size, but it's it's another factor